Welcome all to this special webinar on boosting customer experience in a digital age, from the first interaction to the last payment. Thank you all for joining us. My name is James Williams. I'm the event director for the Africa portfolio at Informa Tech and lead content research and event production across our products. I'm going to be the chair moderator for this webinar today. I'm joined by Talia Vidalevsky, business development manager for vCita, and Mayor Aharoni, product marketing manager for vCita 2. I was just having a look at the attendee list this morning, and it's very nice to see so many SMEs and other players from the tech ecosystem on the webinar too. So we have an hour for the webinar today, so I'm going to get right into it. I'll give a short introduction, few house rules, and then we'll kick off with Talia and Mayor. On the topic, just very briefly, there aren't many more important than this one at the moment in Africa. Small and medium enterprises in Africa represent a large and incredibly important part of the continent's economy, making up an average of 80% of employment across regions. Efforts to digitize Africa's SMEs have accelerated in recent years, particularly during the pandemic, and have been embraced by government, big tech, specialized companies alike, all keen to help unlock the incredible potential offered by professionalizing this underdeveloped sector. It's a topic you'll increasingly see in the news, events, reports from big companies, small companies, tailored to professionalizing the industry. Digitizing and empowering SMEs will be a big focus for us at AfricaCom and Africa Tech Festival as we return to the live event in Cape Town in November too. So like vCita, it's something that we're as a business are committed to understanding and helping develop a little bit more in Africa too. vCita are one of those specialized organizations that I mentioned before, focused on SMEs through digital empowerment. And today, we're going to look at why building a tailored, customer-focused online experience is so critical in this age, at a time when there's never been more competition or higher customer expectations. Talia and Mayor will help you unpack how components like CRM platforms, online marketing, mobile payment, lead capture, are all key factors in building a successful 21st century African digital business. Before I hand over, just a few house rules. The webinar is an hour long, so we're going to finish at 12 o'clock SAST, African time, South African time, and we're on the On24 platform. Very simple to use. The preferred browser for this is Chrome, so no problems if you're on another one and it's working fine. But if you have any connectivity issues, just log back in with Chrome where possible. But as I say, fine if you're on another one and it's working fine. I wanted to remind you also that these webinars are interactive, and you as the audience are, of course, an incredibly important part of that. We're going to finish with a Q&A session at the end, so drop your questions in the chat function on the platform as we go along. Should be on the right. There is a small box for submitting questions. So let us know those. If they're specific questions to you and your business, all the better. The chances are that if you're thinking those of how they apply to your business, there's going to be lots of other people in the webinar thinking the same. So from me, that's all. Just going to hand over to Mayor, and then I'll rejoin for the Q&A at the end. But yeah, over to you, Mayor.
Great. Thanks, James. And hello, everyone. Happy to be here. And as James mentioned, today we're going to talk about customer experience, and more specifically, customer experience in the digital age, which I think is a very, very important topic. I mean, we're all, some of you are business owners, service providers. I am sure all of you, as I am too, are customers, and we have all had our share of customer experiences, good ones and bad ones. And I think today, when a lot of businesses are transitioning online and there's more and more consumers are consuming services online, it's important that we nail that experience as small businesses. So just a bit about vCita, which is where Talia and I come from. So at vCita, we understand that a lot of these small businesses are great service providers and really great professionals But what they're not always great at is all the business administration side. And that is really, really, really a big burden for them. So we help business owners manage their day-to-day business activity using this one single cross-platform app, which we've developed. And when I say day-to-day activities, I mean managing their clients, their time, and their money. So our platform actually allows businesses to automate a lot of the work, a lot of the admin tasks that are repetitive and really consume a lot of their time. And by doing that, we help them clear up the table and have more time for doing what they do best, is provide great service and even grow their business because they have more time on their hands. So we help them achieve that. And we also help businesses create customer experience that are fit for the digital age, which is our topic of the presentation today. And most importantly, we help businesses get paid on time because we allow them to build a payment collection process that makes sure that they get paid on time, because it's easier for their customers to interact with their business, and we will see that today. But let's talk customer experience, and I'll start with a little story, a little experience of mine. So not long ago, I started training for a triathlon, and I had this beat-up old bike, and at some point my coach said, listen, you have to go and buy a decent road bike, and before you do so, you should go and do your bike fitting. So these are there are a few professionals that help you get your measurements right so you could go and buy the right bike. And he recommended 3 names of professionals, which I obviously went on and Googled right away to find their website and book an appointment. So I got to the first website, and it really a terrible, horrible design of a website. Found only a phone number, which no one answered when I tried to contact. I guess they were probably busy doing a bike fitting for someone else. So I went to the second one, and they had a beautifully designed website, but it wasn't very interactive. The only way I could contact that business owner was one of those contact forms where you kind of fill in the details and you send out a message. I don't know, it goes into the abyss. You don't know if anyone is going to ever answer back. And the third one I went on actually had a good-looking website, but what was really good about it is they had the option to actually book an appointment on the spot. So they had like this scheduler feature on the website. I could click and book an appointment on the spot. And I think it's pretty obvious which one I chose to book an appointment with and get my bike fitted. So that's just my personal story, and it's just one example of how the experience of the first interaction that a consumer has with a website really affects that consumer decision. And I think we've all had experiences just like this, right, Talia?
Absolutely, Mawar. I know I myself have had a fair share of similar experiences, and I'm sure there are many people of our listeners today which can agree. So one thing that I think we can all also agree on is that a lot has changed in the last few years regarding what consumers expect today. Since the global pandemic, this has changed the way we as consumers interact with businesses, and more importantly, what our expectations from businesses are. One of the things that we have seen that has changed is this expectation to be provided with a full digital experience. And this is something that we have seen not just from young tech-savvy individuals, but everybody is looking for this. We've also seen from the COVID pandemic that the older generation are now driven to adopt more digital interfaces. And this has become the new normal. And this is what people are used to, what people want, and what people expect. Everybody wants to be able to interact with their service providers or their businesses from the comfort of their own homes, from their couches, from their smartphones, and from their laptops. In today's world, we've come to a point where consumers grow impatient with businesses who don't have a digital interface. And if consumers don't have a way to get hold of you quickly, they move on. And we know that even loyal customers can move on at any point. No customers are guaranteed. So how do we achieve this digital experience for our consumers and our customers? As business owners, it's very important that we step into the shoes of your customer's journey. And we know that the customer's first interaction with you as a business owner is usually through your website. So to this sense, a good-looking designed website that looks slick and professional is indeed important, but it's also important to have interactive widgets that are intuitive and easy to use for your customers. This is, for example, a pop-up prompting your clients to schedule appointments or to take them to a special page on your website. This helps prevent leads from falling through the cracks, and it also helps generating as well as capturing and nurturing more leads.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to lose any of those leads. I mean, losing customers before they even started interacting with our business is really a shame.
Absolutely. So on the business side of things, you always want your customers to feel that you are on top of things. So what exactly do we mean here by engaging in context? So this is, for example, when a client walks into your business. You as the business owner should be able to take one look at their client card and instantly know what is the story or what is the context behind that client and where are they at in terms of their customer journey within your business. So with a good solid CRM system, customer relationship management system, like for example that we have at Visita, we can help businesses engage in context. So for example, the client cards in your CRM, this should help you as a business owner, give you a bird's eye view on the status of your client, just from a simple glance. This should tell you valuable information. For example, when was this client's last appointment? Are they a VIP client? Maybe, for example, this is a particularly difficult client and you've made a note of that. Maybe this is a client that hasn't come back for some time and they usually were a regular client. Or maybe this is a client where there's an outstanding payment that is still due. The client card should be able to tell you all this information. When we engage with clients, we want to understand where they are at in their customer journey and who they are to us in terms of our business. It's very important to have this type of tool, your CRM tool, easily open and accessible at all times. So we've looked a bit about how you as a business owner should engage with your clients, but how should your clients engage with you? And how do we optimize this customer experience? So one way we do it at Visita is through our client portal. So every business that uses Visita can provide their clients with an immersive experience through a secure client portal. This will allow your clients to log in anytime, anywhere, 24/7, and they can perform any action that they would normally do in person or on the phone with you. So for example, through the client portal, they can make payments, they can schedule appointments, they can upload documents, they can see when their past appointments were, what's upcoming, and all these types of features allowing your clients to communicate with ease are super important to you. And they should be, because remember, clients can be impatient. We want them to interact on their own time, and there shouldn't be a need for them to wait for you as the business owner to get back to them. Also, what's great about a feature such as a client portal is that every time your clients log in through this portal, they are seeing your brand, your logo, your colors, and they're interacting with your business, which has a long-lasting effect on the clients.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think, what you mentioned, Talia, about engaging in context, the ability of a business to kind of talk to a client and always understand where the client is in the journey also is felt on the client side, on the consumer side. So if I'm a consumer and I interact with a business that knows where I am right now and when and what were the latest engagement, I feel like that business owner, like that service provider, really knows me, and that kind of contributes to the personalized experience. And that whole thing about an immersive experience uh, um, where your clients log in and they see your brand and they kind of connect with it. It really helps in staying on top of mind. And there's no doubt that staying on top of mind of your clients is really important, because we obviously can't assume that our clients are always going to be our clients. There are many other service providers out there and business owners that they could go to. They might provide a better service or better experience. So we always have to stay on our toes and kind of provide a great experience. And the Client Portal app can definitely help with that. But if we want to take it actually a step further, what we can do is leverage special offerings like promotions and coupons. And we could do this today in a personalized way that really makes a difference. And today's tools, like the tools we have at Visita, you could build those offerings at scale. So you could offer relevant service packages according to a specific client segmentation. So you could sort your clients by age, by status, if they're VIP clients, new clients, set up different segmentation, and then provide those offerings at scale, send them out, those coupons and offerings with automated campaigns that can be triggered, and you could reward your clients that just became VIP if they've been visiting your business a lot. So there's a lot you can do from that perspective. And speaking of automation and automated campaigns, they're a really great tool to provide a better customer experience, a more personalized experience, and also obviously increase revenue. But automated campaigns are also a great time saver. And automation in general is key in streamlining consumer experience. So I'm not talking solely about automated campaigns. There are a lot of things that can be automated in your business that can make your life a whole lot easier. And I know there's a lot of business owners out there that kind of dismiss this and say, "Oh, you know what? My strength is the personal touch, the human interaction. I don't want to automate anything. I don't want my clients to interact with a machine." And really, they love me because I have that human touch and provide that great service. So I say to those, I tell them, you can do both today, because automation is really not about distancing yourself from your clients. Automation is about saving time. So you save time, so you have more time for human interaction. You don't have to waste time doing tasks like sending out bills or confirming appointments. There's a lot of things that are very repetitive, and there's no really benefit by doing it hands-on. And by automating it, you can, get a lot of time saved, so you have time for what's important. And I do realize, I think we all know that some people are more hesitant to use automation because they're kind of afraid that, now the system will automatically send all kind of messages, and they kind of like to monitor, and they don't fully trust technology in full. So my recommendation to those businesses is always, take it easy, and you can segue into automation step by step. And one great example is something that we do in Visita for semi-automated processes. So a great example is a feature that we have for automatic billing. So if you're using Visita and you like to bill your clients on a regular basis, let's say you send out weekly or monthly bills, you could fully automate it with our auto billing feature. fully automatic, sending out invoices once a week, once a month. That's great. But we see a lot of businesses that are not fully, trusting technology yet. So they use a semi-automated process. And what they do is they set up the system to create the invoices and create drafts. So once a week or a month, the system creates all the invoices for their clients, and then that business owner would go into the system and kind of go over all of the created invoices and then manually click send. And that kind of eases the way they do business, because it does save a lot of time, and they still have like a human in the loop and are able to kind of see what the system has done in terms of automation. And I think obviously once you're ready to go and you feel comfortable with automated processes, there's a lot that can be done there, and you can leverage everything that automation has to offer. And I think we've mentioned a lot around automated campaigns, and there's a lot you can do with it. But that is all good in theory. So I say we have a little look at some real stories from business owners that really made the digital leap. And this is one example. This is Olga. She owns a neurofeedback clinic. And for those of you that are not familiar with neurofeedback is therapy is a practice that helps patients train their brain. And at the clinic, Olga helps our patients manage their anxiety, reduce their stress, and basically perform better overall at work or at school, depending on her patients. And Olga came to us, to Visita, because she was looking for a solution to relieve her own stress and anxiety. And her stress was all around the administrative burden of running her clinic and running her business. She was spending way too much time and energy on manual, repetitive tasks that we've already mentioned. No one benefits of doing those hands-on, and she was wasting tons of time sending appointment reminders, emailing forms to clients, responding to phone calls, when all she really wanted to do is just, provide the best service and the best patient care she can for her patients, and that was really taking her time from doing that. So she came to us looking for a solution, and indeed she started using Visita, and started off by first of all organizing all of her client records in our CRM tool. So that really helped save time, because she always knew the status of the patient. It was always at the tip of her fingers. Even if she was on the road using the mobile app, she could always go into the client card, and before a session, before a meeting, she always knew, was always ready for that patient. So that helped a lot. But then she started using automation. She became really efficient. And it helped her provide better patient experience. So she used email campaigns that are triggered according to the patient journey. Remember, we mentioned you can trigger email campaigns to new clients or VIP clients, or on specific occasions like birthdays. So she used email campaigns to provide tips, to ask for patients' reviews so they can review her business, and also to offer upsells and service extensions. So James, do you think? I think I just got a note that there's music in the background. Not sure the audience hears us.
I can't hear anything, Mayo. I can't hear any background noise. Talia, I don't know about you,
Okay.
but where was that, Mayo? Where did you receive that message? On the platform?
Someone that is viewers from someone that's viewing the presentation out here.
Yeah, from our side, no, I don't think it's us. So don't worry. Yeah, no, your presentation seems clear. So no worries.
Okay. I don't see any Q&As from the crowd, so I guess it was someone else's music. So anyways, back to Olga. That we mentioned, she used automation and she used email campaigns, to ask for, to provide tips to her patients, ask for patients to review her business, and even offer upsells or service extensions. So invited them to come in for another session. She sent automated reminders to remind patients to come in on time, and payment reminders to make sure they pay on time. And within a few weeks of using our platform, she was really able to save tons of time and eventually made a lot of happy clients. And Olga is definitely not the only one that leveraged our solution to make her clients happy. Is that right, Talia?
Quite correct, Maor. And it's great to see so many female entrepreneurs running successful businesses on our platform. And that also takes me to yet another female entrepreneur. This is Marguerite Denk. She is a swimming coach and client of Visita. And quite similar to Olga, she also needed to spend less time doing administrative tasks and more time doing what she does best, being a swimming coach and being in the pool. And her challenge was that she was constantly receiving appointment requests from her clients via email and via the telephone. And this created a backlog of tasks for her to attend to, because she was in the pool all day with her clients and with her swimming teams and doing her coaching. So this created a backlog for her to check her availability, to schedule appointments, to reschedule appointments, to get back to parents. And often she had to do this after hours in the evening, after her day in the pool of various different lessons. As a result, Marguerite lost a lot of valuable time in the pool doing what she does best, and she really needed to find a solution to address this. Marguerite also turned to Visita with our all-in-one suite of solutions, and she used various of our features, such as the scheduling tool, which allowed her clients to self-serve. As we mentioned earlier, her clients were able to book appointments on their own time. They didn't have to wait for Marguerite to get back to them. They didn't have to wait for Marguerite to check her availability and her calendar. Her calendar was fully synced and updated with her own internal calendars and systems. So this really helped the flow of her business and helped take away from all those hours she was spending doing administrative tasks. Marguerite also used the packages feature, which Maor spoke about earlier. She created different types of packages for her different clients and to cater for their different needs. For example, group lessons for children under 5, where there was a special discount offered if they brought a friend, to make it classes of 5 or 10. And this really helps her run her business more efficiently and make it more enticing for clients to join her. Marguerite also made use of our mobile app, which allowed her to manage her business anytime, anywhere. She didn't need to have her laptop at the pool. She was able to take her business on the go, log into the platform through her mobile app, and see what the day had in store for her, who she needed to get back to, who paid her, and just basically help run her business a lot more efficiently. So to recap for our listeners today, what did we learn today? We started off by talking about consumer expectations today and what they are looking for when they interact with businesses.
We learned how to stay on top of mind, how to save time, how to become more organized, and we discussed how CRM tools and other digital tools are really great in doing that.
We also spoke about how personalized offerings and campaigns can help drive your customer loyalty.
Yeah, and finally, we learned how we can leverage automation without losing that really precious personal touch that service providers are so proud of.
Quite right, Maor. We would love to open up to some questions from our audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James,
thank
do
you
see
both
any
very much for that.
questions
Very
coming in?
informative, very interesting. Sorry, say that again, Maya.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying thank you both very much for that. Very informative, very interesting with those case studies too. It's especially valuable to see those, how they're applied and what you guys do applied to SMEs. Let's jump into some of the questions. One of the most common challenges with digitization is costs, as with many, many things for SMEs. It's something that is very often cited as a hurdle to uptake, to building a portal, to getting some online marketing. All these things often relate to cost, especially when the businesses are smaller, micro, small, medium sized. Websites, widgets like you've shown are great, Talia and Mayor, but there's a question here around them being costly and complicated to implement. So yeah, just answer a question on that. And obviously to the audience as well, any questions you have in the meantime, please drop them in. We'll get to those as well.
Sure, no problem,
Yeah,
James.
sure.
So the costs of widgets aren't really as expensive as people think. We, for example, at Visita, have this included in some of our most basic plans, which are really cost effective, and they are really easy to implement for small businesses. Often, if their websites are built on very popular platforms, such as Wix or WordPress. And I think what's really important for business owners to think about is, even though it may seem like there might be some initial outlay of funds to help implement digital tools, I think business owners obviously need to take a step back and think, well, what will I be saving in the long run? Yes, I may have to fork out some money now to implement these digital tools, but how much money is it going to save me in administrative tasks, in all those hours where I could have been billing? And just doing that cost-benefit analysis is important, especially to see the bigger picture.
Mayor, I know you were going to speak at the beginning. Anything to add to that? If not, I'll move on to the next question.
No, I think Talia laid it out beautifully. I think everyone that joins Visita actually, like Talia mentioned, everyone gets those website widgets. It's part of the package, and it's fairly easy to implement. You just, even if it's not one of those popular website builders, it's fairly easy to just copy and paste the code into your website and have that experience. And as mentioned earlier in the presentation, everything that has to do with the platform is branded as your business. So you choose your color, you have your logo of your brand, and that is implemented in those widgets as well. So you have that immersive experience of your own website and the website widgets in a very cost-effective way, and it really does look beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you both for that. I've got another question here around the personalized experience and building that. You obviously mentioned in your presentation a fair bit about kind of what it means and for some of your specific clients, for some of those specific case studies, but around some more detail around what the personal experience means and how you create it.
Sure, I'll start us off.
Go for it, start off, Talia?
Yeah, sure.
No, go ahead,
so with the personalized experience, really what this means is just to create different types of offerings which are tailored for different type of clients, which you can do by putting clients into different marketing groups. And really a personalized experience is just making clients feel like they have that personalized touch. For example, if you have clients who always come to you for the same type of treatment, and now you're running a special on that treatment, sending them a personalized message with their name saying, we know you like your this type of treatment, we're running a special, please come. Really just making them feel like you know who they are, you're thinking about them, and you're tailoring something for their needs based on their past activity in your business, which is why a CRM is so important.
Yeah, I'll just add to that aside from creating those offerings, simply the notion, and I think we've touched that a little bit, simply the notion of your client that they come in and they see that you know what's going on because you have that visibility from the client card. So simply the notion that that they feel that you as a business owner know them and know their current status, that itself creates that kind of personalized experience. So it's very important.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks both for that. But very helpful. I haven't got any more questions in the question panel, so it's just another invite for the audience to submit questions there. Obviously, a good chance of getting yours answered if you drop it in the Q&A box on the platform. I guess in the meantime, excuse me, Talia and Mayor, anything to add from you guys while we're just waiting for some additional questions? Yeah, just let me know if not.
Talia, do you have anything to add on top of this? I think we covered a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, then no problems. I can't see any more questions coming in. But before we dial off, I wanted to say, of course, a special thanks to Visita, to Talia and Mayor, and obviously to the audience for joining us today as well. We hope it was an insightful look into how building these tailored experience can empower SMEs and bring a tailored service for your customers as well as SMEs, and experience individual to your business and your offering. The slides that Mayor and Talia have been through today will be available for 30 days afterwards, and we'll share those slides with the delegates in the follow-up in PDF format as well. On the last slide of that, there'll also be some information on how to reach out to Talia, to Mayor, and to the Visita team. So we'll share all that. Don't hesitate to reach out to Visita or myself. As I say, all contact details will be on the final slide of the presentation. We'll be very happy to hear from you and pick up any questions that we couldn't answer today. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much for joining again, and thank you to Visita.
Thank you, James. And I obviously encourage all of you today to head over to visita.com. There's a free trial if you'd like to use the system. It's 14 days for free. Or even better, you could talk to one of our software experts, schedule a free demo. They'll happily take you through the platform and show you how your different business workflows can be automated and implemented into the system to really make your life easier. So that's my recommendation.
Absolutely. Thanks, Maor. And to all our listeners, please feel free to reach out to Maor and I. These are our contact details. And as James says, the slides will be shared with you. We look forward to hearing from you. And please feel free to send through any questions to us offline if you'd like.
Perfect. Thank you both so much.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.